everybody? We are back for the Teen Mom Young and Pregnant After Show here at AfterBuzz TV. Lexi graduates, Kayla is moving on, and Brianna's letting Danae know what is going on. So we're going to talk all about it. Stay tuned.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AfterBuzz TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Like, take me back here.
Right?
Drew picked out this wonderful song for us.
This song, I just remember, like, when I was graduating, everyone was, like, really emotional, and I just remember being like, why are we crying to this song?
Because it was letting you know that chapter of your life was over.
That you were never going to see those people ever again.
Unless
except
you
on
stayed
Facebook.
in the town or on Facebook.
Facts.
Thank you guys so much for being here with us today. I am your host, Briana Phipps, and I'm here with my lovely co-host.
What's up, guys? It's Drew Jones. I almost forgot my name just then. It's fine.
It's been a long weekend.
It's been a long weekend.
It's so funny because we actually did an AfterBuzz TV prom here at our studios on Saturday, and then now we're just looking at graduation on.
Yeah, we're just we're reliving teenage years right now.
And I'm so kind of glad that I'm not a teenager
right
anymore.
I am so happy that is
But
done.
let us talk about these girls that some still are. Not all of them.
Yeah, some of them are still little babies.
Well, let's start with one that's not. Let's talk about Jade. So Jade had some revelations this week, wanting to get some closure with her mom, figure out how her mom could be a part of Chloe's life. And also Sean had some kind of introspective on himself about how he was not the best boyfriend.
Do we think he is genuine about that, or do we feel like he's just saying that for cameras? Because I don't know if I buy it.
I don't know, but I hope he's being genuine.
Yeah.
And if he is, I'm glad he came to that conclusion as fast as he did. And he's on the right track, because you were not caring about what she wanted to do, and you were being kind of a, I'm not going to say the word.
Yeah, I think Jade has an issue with the people in her life being talkers and not doers. And so it's cool that Sean, realizes all these things, but we haven't seen those actions whatsoever from him or from her mother.
I mean, and that's, she said that to her mom, actions speak louder than words, and that's true. So both of them have to just show up and do what they are saying they're going to do.
Right.
But at least both of them are saying that they're realizing these things about themselves, that they're going to change. But time will only tell if they actually do change.
I can say I'm a millionaire all day long, but am I one? Not yet. But soon, one day.
I mean, do you hope?
Obviously, I want them to work out. I want them to do well. Because it hurt my heart to watch Jade kind of she was being vulnerable in front of her mom, but she still wasn't even allowing herself to fully break down. But it was just so sad to watch her still have to be strong when she's trying to share her emotions. It hurts my feelings when you can't be there for me.
Well, I know when they were at the dinner and she said her mom was late, I was trying to figure out about how late it was. Because I was like, it has to be a good amount of time for her to be that frustrated already. And then we find out it's over an hour.
Which never
I would not be waiting at a restaurant for over an hour for
especially
someone.
if I'm hungry. I'm not sitting there in a restaurant that smells like food for an hour. No, you're gonna get me in a bad mood if you do that to me.
I would just either order my own food, eat and leave, or just leave. So I commendment to her for sticking it out for that long.
Yeah. And then her mom was like, I was ready at 5, but I was looking at I was like, it's very dark outside for it to only be
I mean, it is winter,
6,
so
I guess.
It could get darker earlier, but I don't know what time it was when they were at the restaurant.
But she didn't show up to watch Chloe earlier that day.
Well, no, she said that she did. Wait, earlier that day, because there was another time.
Or the other day.
The other day she showed up, but she was, again, late, and then Jade was late to work because of it.
She never showed up, though.
Oh, and she just was late to work.
She took her to her cousin. Was it Jasmine?
Oh, okay. So I
cousin.
misheard that one part. But
yeah, and then Jade's mom was supposed to show up and get the baby from her cousin and never did.
Got it.
So it's
I mean, either way, it's frustrating. It's frustrating to have people in your life that keep telling you these things and not showing them to you. Especially at that age.
She's only 21. I can't.
To have to be that much of an adult at that age. An age when you're not supposed to. I get that she has the child, so part of this is her own doing, that she has to grow up, but then to take care of Sean and her mom and dad in the way that she has to, that's not.
She is so, like, I'm such in awe of Jade. I had to take my cat to the vet today, and I'm 26. That alone was like, I was ready to have a mental breakdown. The fact that she's 21 and juggling her mother and Sean and a brand new baby at 21.
And not having as much of a breakdown as she could be having.
Yeah, you should be doing keg stands, not diaper changes alone.
Hello.
But since you are, we're very proud of you.
We will see what happens with Jade and Sean coming up in the future weeks, and her mom. We'll see if their words translate to actions.
Yes.
But I think Drew can tell us about another woman who takes care of all of us in the way that Jade takes care of her family.
If you want to have fun, learn, and grow in all areas of your life, we've got the podcast for you. Conversations with Maria Menounos Podcast Edition is hosted by our AfterBuzz TV founder, Maria Menounos, and drops every Friday on iTunes. Conversations with Maria Menounos features celebrity and influencer interviews along with secrets and tips on how to be better in all aspects of life. From health and wellness to career, relationships, finances, and more, let our Maria be the big sister that you've always wanted. Just head over to iTunes and subscribe to Conversations with Maria Menounos for free.
Let's channel Nakia. If
it's for free, it's for me. When you guys get over there, be sure to rate and comment. And when you do, let them know that it was us, the Teen Mom Young and Pregnant panel, or in this case, just me and Bree tonight. Let them know we sent you guys over there. Guys, make us look good.
Yeah, give
to
us
our
some
bosses.
love.
Give her 5 stars for all the 5 teen moms on the show. Bow. Conversation with Maria Menounos Podcast Edition. Check it out. You got a couple days before the new episode drops. You guys can go catch up on all the last couple of podcasts she's had. She always has dope people on there. She even has, you know, some of AfterBuzz's very own on there to help her out. So check it out. It's a good time.
And again, free.
Free.
Doesn't cost you a thing.
Love free things.
Well, from one mom to an AfterBuzz mom to another mom, Ashley and Shen together again.
Growth.
So Bar and Ashley take a trip to Vegas so that Shen can meet Holly for the first time. And there's some drama there that happens with the way Shen does not acknowledge Ashley at first, but not as bad as I had thought it would be based on the previous encounter we had with the two of them. What are your thoughts on how everything happened? Do you think Ashley overreacted, or do you feel that it was justified?
I think it was a little bit in the middle. I feel like Shen absolutely should have said hi. I mean, you took the baby out of her arms. Not like in an aggressive way, but you could have at least been like, hi, how are you? Or, oh my gosh, she's beautiful. Like, congrats. You know, a simple little something. At the same time, Ashley, like, you already kind of know what the relationship is. This trip isn't really about you. It's for Bar. Like, Chloe's just as much, not Chloe. Holly is just as much Shen's granddaughter as she is Pastor T's, and you have to show that same respect despite how you feel. Because right now there isn't really any drama, so it's just kind of like, let her have this moment, because it looked like this is the first time she's really getting to have some time with the baby. So, like, I understand getting excited about.
Well, and there is the past.
Yeah.
That I can totally see why Ashley would think it was a slight to her, whether or not it was. So I get why she would have those feelings. But I do think that both her and Bar have this kind of back and forth where both of them want the other to respect their parents, but
refuse to respect the other one.
Or refuse to stand up for each other to their parents in any sort of way, whether or not they're in the right or the wrong. So when Bar says, you shouldn't call my mom this name, I've never called your mom this, but you
did try to fight her.
Yeah, you've almost gotten in a fight with both her mom and stepfather. You're in the wrong there. No, she shouldn't maybe be calling your mom that name, but you can't use it as that example.
Yeah. I will say I think it's growth for Ashley just to walk out, because she could have, we've seen her be petty before. And I think Ashley's one of the few moms that constantly learns from her mistakes and continues to grow, like, at a faster pace than the other ones. And so I do respect that she was just like, I wasn't even going to do anything because, like, this is your all's moment. I'm not going to, like, interrupt it, but I do want to leave. So I have respect for her. I do like that her and Bar had that little I like that her and Shen had their kind of, like, coming together moment. It was, like,
when she addressed the situation, but they didn't make a big deal of it. They both handled it very well. and then Bar said the line of when they said don't jinx it.
Yeah. I really wanted to work out. I mean, it seems like what we've seen on social media, it's doing okay besides that like one hiccup on
Instagram.
Yeah, on Instagram. So I mean, I obviously wanted to work out. I think it's interesting that Shen said something along the lines of like, you're no longer just a baby mama now, and like you should still it's still the mother of your grandchild,
yeah, regardless if they're together
a ring
or
or
not.
no ring. Yeah, you should respect her for who she is. But it's Shen, you know.
I mean, at least we're seeing some sort of growth. I will say for this episode overall, we didn't really get into overall thoughts. We kind of jumped right in over there, but I mean, let's do it really fast now before we jump back into the rest of Ashley. This episode, compared to the last few, was very tame.
Yeah, it was very tame. I think it just continued to kind of show. I think it was a setup episode to see like where we're gonna see more stuff happen. People in the chat are saying that Jade was actually on TRL tonight, and she said that the engagement is completely off. So
Jade or Ashley?
Jade.
For the third and Sean?
Yeah. So
I thought it was off by last week.
Yeah, but like it's still off because we saw them in
at the reunion
when they were in New York. Yeah. So I think this is like the beginning of them kind of. This is like the setup of them, you know, slowly starting to go their separate ways.
And thank you guys for letting us know what happens on the after show, because we never get to watch it. So it's really helpful for us that you let us know what's going on.
Yes.
Also, with this episode, it just felt like everybody's kind of stepping up a little bit more, being a little bit more adult. I know we might have some.
The mothers, at least.
Yes, the mothers at least. But even some of the dads. Mm-hmm. We will see if it continues or if we revert in future. But yeah, overall with Ashley and Bar and Shen, I thought this was a pretty good trip, at least healing-wise for all of them.
Agreed.
Moving on to Lexi. Lexi, darling. Lexi graduates this week, which congratulations to her. That's a big thing. We see a lot of teen moms don't end up doing that, so really proud of her for that. And then we also see that she's missing Kyler, which is a reoccurring theme here. She meets up with her dad, and then we get to the graduation party, and Kyler's being just as much of a jerk as he's always been.
Here's the thing. I no longer think Kyler's just a dumb teenager. I'm starting to feel like he's a little malicious because when he hugs her and says, I gotta go, I love you, and she says, I love you too, and he goes, just kidding. You know how this girl feels about you.
Especially after last week when you whenever that was in your timeline, but last week for us when your mom had the sit down with you telling you you can't do this to her.
And the week before, you shut her down and you watch her cry. Like this goes beyond being like a high school whatever. This is the mother of your child, and you can't be so senseless. And I don't think we've joked that Kyler's dumb, but I don't think he's legitimately dumb.
What was the other comment he said to her before?
Oh gosh,
I'm blanking on it right now. I'll try to remember.
If you remember in the chat, he said so many out of pocket things. Like it's not cute. It's not funny anymore. Like you can legitimately see the hurt. It hurts my heart that it hurts her that much.
Yeah, and I wish she would move on from him, but I know how hard it is to do that, especially when you have those feelings, especially whenever there's a child involved on top of it. Especially we know now, looking at the conversation she had with her dad, that she wants somebody for her son to have in his life, because she didn't, like, she had her stepdad, which is great, but, you know, she didn't have that relationship with her own personal father that she wanted, and now she wants it for her son.
Yeah. And Kyler just frustrates me so much because I can't wrap my mind around how, like, it's not like other teen moms. Like, it's not like Kayla and Stefan, where you can clearly see that Stefan is not about it. And it's just like, we never see Stefan nice to Kayla. Yeah. Kyler will say things and then just add a just kidding at the end. Like, we'll say the sweetest thing to her. You'll see her eyes light up, and then he'll see it too, and then he'll be like, just kidding. And then you watch the life completely leave her eyes. It's so...
Even just him at her graduation, just sitting there on his phone.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to care about her. And I think for him to have someone that likes him that much is just... a lot for him.
It's
and
a miracle on
he
its
likes
own.
having he likes being the puppeteer of it, kind of.
I think that's so gross on his behalf.
No, it's totally gross. And I really, really wish that she could realize it or that he will change. One of the two. And I'm sure that'll happen eventually. We'll get
I
to
have
the
no
predictions,
idea if any of the moms listen to this podcast, but if they do, I hope Lexi knows that she's like a total babe and can do
a million times better. And that she does not have to put up with this.
Yeah.
Just because he's the father of your child, he can still be in his life. He doesn't need to be in yours.
Hit me up on Twitter, girl. I know a ton of guys who are way cuter and way nicer if you want.
And if you guys want to weigh in, I know we do have some people in the live chat right now. We really always appreciate you guys chatting in with us. You can do that by going to iTunes, giving us 5 stars, leaving us a comment there. We'll read it out on air if you do. If you're on YouTube, you can give us that thumbs up. You can click it right now on your little, right below our video here if you're watching us. And leave us a comment there too. Get involved in the discussion because we like hearing your guys' opinions and what you have to say.
Facts.
So you mentioned Kayla a little bit ago.
Mm-hmm.
So one destructive boyfriend, ex-boyfriend to another destructive ex-boyfriend, Kayla and Stefan. We see Kayla's episode saying she's kind of done. She's moving on. She says she misses having somebody there, but she doesn't really want Stefan there. We see her packing up his stuff. He brought other girls' clothes into her house.
Not just undergarments.
Undergarments.
Ooh, no.
And then we see Stefan with his friend having a little chat about pepperoni being side pieces, basically.
Stefan is just, like, the worst. Kyler and Stefan just both really frustrate me. But Stefan frustrates me because I can't wrap my mind around his whole thing. I don't want to be a deadbeat father. It is vital to your child to treat their mother well. And you are being extremely disrespectful.
Even in his explanation to his friend about what happened, like how he thought it was Kayla's card and not her mom's card.
So you were comfortable using Kayla's card?
And regardless of the fact, he said before he took the money out, he realized that it was her mom's, but you still don't feel any kind of bad about that. You don't feel like you should chime up and say, hey, I thought this was Kayla's card. I need somebody to pay a bill. I took some money out. I'm totally going to pay back. Like, even that would be better. But you said nothing, and then you got mad that she was upset about it and talking about you in the other room.
She wasn't even out of pocket at all. You are couch surfing. And first of all, you knocked up her underage daughter. You're now couch surfing. You're using her money. You're using her daughter's car. You got kicked out of your own house. You're being disrespectful to not only me, but my daughter. Like, you're a full-on loser. And then you have the audacity to get up in my face and act like you're going to get physical with me? No.
And even him sitting here talking to his friend about it and acting like he was still in the right. And his friend is just saying the truth of being like, you can't be like this. Like, you have to have a relationship with these people. You have your son.
His friend was a little complacent for my liking, but
I think his friends also have done this so many times. They're kind of over it.
Boys, you all need to hold each other accountable. Okay? That's what that needs to be. Because that's just, it's just, I will say I applaud Kayla. I know, when we were watching it, you're even like, is it just like she doesn't like him for now? Or I like that she acknowledged that. She said, I miss having someone there. It's just not necessarily Stefan. Because I think that's what a lot of these girls are actually looking for. It's not so much that they want that person.
You just want
someone there. And so I think
you just don't want to be alone.
And and I think it really kind of, when you see someone come at your mom, especially when you are raised by a single mom, like, you're gonna feel some type of way. Because, like, single moms are absolute superheroes. I mean, all moms are superheroes, but single moms are superheroes. And so for him to come as crazy as he did at her mom, I'm hoping that was like a legitimate wake-up call for her.
And I hope that his wake-up call comes very soon.
We'll see.
I don't know if it will, but we will see. Someone whose wake-up call is not seeming to come, Danae.
Oh, good Lord.
So Brianna and Danae, this episode, Brianna is now, they've been broken up for, it seems, a few weeks.
Mm-hmm.
She's back with her mom and her sister. She seems to be doing so much better.
We peeped a hickey there.
Peeped a little bit of a hickey there. And she decides that she needs to call Danae, and at least she wants to go there, and her mom tells her it's a bad idea, but she decides to call him and let him know that he's no longer going to be a part of Brayson's life moving forward, and he does not take it that well.
Here's the thing. I understood that he was not going to be happy. That makes complete and total sense. But for him to rationalize in his mind that he is the parent of this baby that's not even 4 months yet, what have you done? Like, we haven't seen you do anything. All we've seen you do is get potentially physical with his mother, yell at her, scream, have all these crazy breakdowns. Like, you're not a parent, you're a child, and you should count this as a blessing so that you can go and live your life and grow and do what you need to do to take care of you, because clearly you're not all there.
Is the chat saying anything about it?
Keen in the chat says, Danae logic, Brianna's so wrong about me. Let me throw a tantrum to prove her right. Which I think you said when we were watching the show, like, yeah, this is totally not, completely proving everything she said.
I mean, he needs to focus on himself. He needs to focus on those anger issues, on his transitioning, and get to a point in his life where he is mature enough and stable enough to have a relationship. And that is most likely not with Brianna, because I think he's burned that bridge, rightfully so. Because she doesn't need to have her son around someone that can erupt at any second.
Mm-hmm. I think the attachment to Brayson for Danae is that Brayson doesn't understand. Babies don't understand.
It's unconditional love. It's like,
exactly. There's nothing there. Like, obviously his family loves him. Obviously Brianna loved him, whatever. But, there is that worry of, like, we've even seen, like, his family get the pronouns wrong and, stuff like that. But, like, a baby knows what you tell them and will accept you for what you tell them. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think that connection for Danae is that Brayson is just this innocent baby that, like, doesn't see anything but just who Danae.
But a baby can't make you whole.
Exactly.
And you can't put that pressure on that child.
Exactly.
That's not fair. And it's not fair to Brianna for you to be, exploding every 5 seconds at her. Like, she was justified in what she did.
Mm-hmm. I completely agree.
And she's in a good position right now. We saw the hickey. I don't know about this, whoever the new guy is or isn't.
I'm glad I hope she's not, like, trying to get serious or anything, but I'm glad she's having fun, it looks like, because she's still a kid. Like,
she's what, 17?
Yeah, 17, 18. Like, she should be getting hickeys and stuff like that. I mean, be a responsible mother, but you should still get to go and do those things too.
And regardless, it's going to be such a better atmosphere for the baby and for her to not have to be worrying about what you say at every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
So Danae will get over it eventually. It's going to sting for a bit. It's going to hurt. But he needed a wake-up call. And maybe this is the wake-up call he needs. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it, but maybe.
I agree.
I mean, do you have anything else you want to say on the episode as a whole before we move on to some of our...
I just realized that, like, every time you mentioned one of the significant others minus Bar, I had a heavy sigh, and I just am really tired. I don't want us to constantly have to be like, what is wrong? What are wrong with these baby daddies? I want them to step up. But as of right now, it's getting very tiring to have to be like, ugh, Kyler, ugh, Stefan, like, step up. Like, we want you guys to win. We want to see, you know, parents doing the right thing for their kids.
And we say it all the time on our Teen Mom too, that we love Chelsea. Like, I know some people find her storyline boring now because she's just happy, but I like that. I like looking and seeing somebody that found someone that makes them happy. And so if these guys can step up and that's great, because yes, having a whole family, having your mom and dad together is, if it's healthy, is the best option. But I don't know. I don't know if it's just, I don't know if it's the age or if it's just these guys or what it is.
Maybe it's just the babies are still new. I don't know. It's just a lot. I want them to win, but they need to want to win as well.
Yeah. Well, we will see in the upcoming weeks. We do want to shout out some of you guys who left comments on our video from last week. So I'm going to go ahead and just read your names out. Thank you guys so much for commenting. Savannah J, Janelle Nels, Shell A, Aurora, Sleeping Beauty 92, Nickel Baby, and Blazer Amanda. Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you every week. We're always reading, so keep commenting.
Keen in the chat says he gives Shen the gold star moment. Which, if you watch the Teen Mom 2 after show with us, we have this segment every week called the Gold Star Moment, where it's a shining moment for one of the castmates. And I agree, Shen had some growth this episode.
Shen did have some growth this episode, so that's nice. Let's give a gold star moment to Shen.
We'll give a gold star moment to Shen.
And then let's move on to our dodo moment that we do for our Teen Mom Young and Pregnant.
Yes, dodo of the week.
Do you want to explain to that?
Yes. Dodo of the week is someone who, man or woman, who could do better, wasn't in the best lighting this episode.
So let's go ahead and give out our dodos of the week for this week. Take it away, Drew.
It's so hard because there's so many. I just want to give it to so many people. I'm going to give it to Kyler because I'm really tired of this I don't know better narrative. Like, he's just being mean at this point, and I don't like it at all. I don't think it's cute. I don't think it's funny. So, Kyler, you're my dodo. Exactly.
I'm kind of in between Kyler and Danae, but since you gave it to Kyler, I'll give it to Danae because the response that he gave Brianna, there was nothing in his response would have made her change her mind. Like, if you had any moment at all to change the fate of what was about to happen, this was your moment, and you failed. You just completely took what she said and made it accurate of why she should do this. So, Danae, you're my dodo for this week.
Facts.
Do we have any dodos in the chat?
Yeah, we don't, but if you guys want to let me know who your dodo of the week is, I will be happy to shout it out after we do news and gossip.
Sure.
All right, cool.
Let's do it. So let's move on to our baby spotlight. Baby spotlight is where we take a different baby every week and we kind of just show a photo of them and we get off the Instagram from either the moms or the dads and just highlight one of our favorite babies, which they all are. Yeah. That's why we rotate.
My baby fever is so real as of late. And just picking out a picture today, I was like, oh my gosh, please help me.
Do you want to set up for them who our baby spotlight is this week? So
this week, is our little buddy Brayson, who's Brianna's son. He looks a lot like Brianna in this photo to me.
He looks so much like Brianna. For those that are listening, it's just a simple photo of him just laying, it looks like on a bed.
Sticking his little tongue out.
Looks so happy.
If you are watching on the podcast and you want to check out the photo, it is on Brianna's Instagram. It's one of the most recent photos. But I just think he's so dang cute. And I just like his little arm. Bless his heart. He's just so cute.
I mean, this photo, though, just kind of sums up the innocence and happiness of children.
Yeah. Oh, he's so, I can't.
And if you guys have any babies that you would like as a spotlight, if you see a cute photo throughout the week and you really want us to use it next week, go ahead and just post it in the comments or a link to the Instagram photo and we will look at it and maybe use it.
Yeah. I mean, of the teen moms babies? Okay. I was like, don't send your baby pictures. Okay. You can tweet them at me and I'll fave them, but teen mom babies for the
spotlights for the teen mom babies.
I got confused.
Or based off of our last week, we highlighted Ashley's.
Yeah, she was a cute little
Ashley's baby photo she posted. So if you guys even dig deep and find some of those teen mom's baby photos, we'll definitely highlight those as well. Let's move on to some news and gossip. Woo!
AfterBuzz TV News.
Okay, we have a couple news stories this week from Teen Mom OG, both from the same family. The first one up is Tyler and Caitlin's house. Apparently, we have a photo of the house. This was the new house they just bought. They've been renovating it, and they showed the renovations happening on the show. And apparently, during this whole thing, they were renovating some stuff that they hadn't gotten permits to renovate or something along those lines. And so because it was on the show and people saw that, they are now, I think, being fined for not acquiring permits to do certain house renovations that they've been doing.
That's a big house.
That is a very big house. They wanted a farmhouse, and so they bought one with a lot of land.
That's cute.
They have lots of animals. They already have like some goats and chickens, and she has a horse. But yeah, I mean, this goes to show if you're gonna do stuff without requiring the permits, don't
put it on national TV.
Just be careful of that. But it is a beautiful house, and I don't think it was like the most extraneous. I'd written down the amount, but I don't find it. But I'm sure they'll be fine with paying it. But yeah, got a little hot water over that.
Yeah.
And then our second one is Tyler and Caitlin, same couple. They've been going through some little hard times lately. We noticed that Caitlin changed her last name back to Lowell on her Twitter and Instagram, but I believe she did comment on it saying that, you know, people have ups and downs and that they're gonna be fine. They haven't said like what's going on with their relationship. I think it's just been a very trying year, and maybe they're just taking some time. But he has been very active on his Twitter and his Instagram, kind of writing some sad things. He put up this different poem where he's saying, yeah, I'm talking to you. Yeah, I know what you're thinking. There's that dumbass. Yeah, that's me. That stupid ass dude from MTV. That pathetic fuck who got famous just for fucking his girlfriend and getting her knocked up. Man, I can't wait for this show to finally end. I know what you saying. That motherfucker ain't shit. That motherfucker's got to take a hint. He's got to get it together if he ever wants his life to fit. That motherfucker's got to get a job, even though I doubt he could. And he's got to leave that broad if he ever wants to be heard. All he does is film a show for TV. How hard could his life really be? Because let me tell you, it's hard to fucking see. Fuck all that bullshit. He never had to struggle. He never had to wonder what it's like to have a new shoes or an abusive dad who leaves a bruise, or a drunk mother who can't show love to her kid as she watches them suffer and refuses to get out of her drunken funk and actually deal with all her emotional junk. He never wonder how he's going to eat or where he's going to sleep or when he's going to get back on his feet. He never had to work a 9 to 5 just to keep the grind to do all of that and try to balance all that family time. All he did was give his daughter up to a couple that he could never match up to a family that he could never be, to a family who could give her everything and make his daughter truly happy. He's a fucking loser, a stupid-ass poser with nothing to offer. Why do they keep filming his pathetic ass? Why his whiny ass and his self-entitled, attention-seeking stupid ass? His whole family defines the opposite of class. Do you think all of the fame and money is gonna last? I can't wait to see him crumble. I can't wait to watch him stumble. I can't wait to see him try hard and play this game just to fumble. Yeah, no touchdown for you. No need to go long. It just isn't you. You just a pawn and you're gonna fall. So just accept it. It's time to get a life and catch a clue, not a ball, you stupid fool.
Okay, Eminem. That is really depressing. That makes me really sad. I really like Caitlin and Tyler. I think they're like, for the most part, everyone's favorite teen mom couple.
I really like them too, and I do think that they will make it through this. They've gone through a lot together. They've been together, I think, since they were 13, I believe. And he's had a rough life. Like, I think that's what he's trying to say in this poem, is that I think people are giving him a lot of...
He constantly has to be the strong one because Caitlin's going through as much as she is.
Well, I think people are saying that they don't... their life's not that bad. Why are they depressed?
Yeah.
And I think that's a great point, is that like mental health doesn't choose who it affects.
Yeah.
And
it has nothing to do, mental health, depression, anxiety, any of those things has nothing to do with your class or your race or your gender or your age. Like, it hits who it hits, and it'll hit hard, and you just have to...
And I think some people kind of forget what they've both been through in their past. Like,
yeah.
She went through a lot with her parents, her dad not really being there, her mom being addicted to alcohol and I think drugs as well. And his dad being addicted to drugs, him trying to kill himself, his mom, being a single mom. Like, they've gone through a lot, giving up their daughter, having the miscarriage. She had postpartum depression. Like, it's been a lot.
And you can't compare someone's pain to your own.
No.
Because you don't know how you'd react to certain
their entire life
things.
Is being filmed and put up on TV
for everyone to
see.
critique.
And yeah, they did sign up for it, but it's hard.
Yeah.
So,
give people a break. Be nice, everyone. Okay?
Yeah.
That makes me so sad.
I mean, our best goes out to them. I hope, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if they actually are in trouble or not, but my best goes out to them, and I hope that everything works out regardless of what it is. And he did just get diagnosed with bipolar disorder. So maybe this is even kind of a therapy for him, just kind of putting his words out there and not keeping them bundled up in himself.
Yeah.
So hopefully, everything is going to be going well. Hopefully this is just, him getting some of these feelings out and not something worse.
Agreed.
That's all I have for news for today, unless you had anything else to add.
No, I was just going to say Keen in the chat said that Kyler is his dodo
Nice.
of the week. I concur with that.
Well, since it seems we are done with our news section, let's get into some predictions.
All right.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
I was just taking in that sound effect.
You're taking it to give
Yeah,
time for all the stuff you have to think about.
Yeah, I was soaking it all in. Let me think. So we see that Shen, it looks like Shen's coming down to visit Bar and Ashley, and then Pastor T is like, don't let her in your house. So I have a feeling that actually, you know what, I'm going to be positive on theirs. I think there's going to be like a come to Jesus moment with Pastor T and Shen and Ashley and Bar, and I think we're going to see some harmony for a little bit at least. With Jade, I want Jade to continue to keep it pushing. I know it hurts, and it hurts my heart that it hurts for her, but I really think she's so strong, and I think she's one of those few that really understands that she can do bad all by herself, you know, and I want to see Jade happy. We don't get to see Jade smile very much, so I want next episode to see some smiles from her. Kayla, it looks like Stefan is accusing her of creeping, and I really just want her to snap one time. I want you to snap, Kayla. I want you to let him know what's good. And it looked like she was starting to raise her voice, so maybe, fingers crossed, we get that. Lexi, I really want her to be able to close that chapter. I know we've seen on Instagram them take photos and stuff together, but I hope Lexi gets to kind of let him know, like, she's another one. I just want you to snap. They pushed you too far. Snap. Let him know. Make him feel bad. Make him cry. Make him grovel. I wouldn't be mad at any of those reactions. Who else? Oh, and then Brianna. We see Brianna has the hick. She gets called out by her mom for the hickey.
Whether or not it's the same
one. I wanted to, like, I don't want to see Danae anymore. I don't want Danae on my screen any longer. I want to get to see Brianna have some fun. You know, she's been cooped up in the house, either in Chicago.
Toxic relationship.
Yeah, I want to see her have fun. She's still, despite the fact that she has a kid, I think she's very responsible. I want to see her get to be a kid a little bit too. So those are my predictions and wants.
All right. I concur with you on a lot of them. Let me just go down the list. Jade, we see her talking with Sean about living together and co-parenting, but not being together. And he says, does this mean I get another shot? And she's like, no.
Sean.
Which, you know, I don't think that's going to go well.
No.
I don't think that you can live under the same roof as somebody that the feelings aren't completely gone for, especially sleeping in the same bed, which I'm assuming, or I guess he could sleep on the couch. But I think they're going to try it, and it's not going to work. And I think Sean just really, you know, needs to do what he said in this episode. He needs to get himself a job, his own place to live, work on himself, be a dad, co-parent. And if he does that, then naturally everything will come back together. Ashley and Shen and Bar and Pastor T, I'm hoping that just as Ashley stood up and apologized for her actions the night before and explained herself, I hope that Bar and Pastor T get to do that with each other. Mm-hmm. And, you know, if not mend, at least start to kind of help out that whole situation to get to a healthier place so that everybody can coexist with each other. Lexi and Kayla, I'm totally right on board with you. Both of them need to just tell these guys what's up and let them know that they cannot treat them this way. And if they want to be in this kid's life, that's fine, but they need to step out of theirs. And Brianna, yeah, same as you. I just want her to, you know, be happy because for so long right now, she's just been flip-flopping between happy and scared and sad. And she's such a sweet little girl. So... And I say little because I'm older than her, so that's why I can say that. And so I really hope, you know, she just has some fun, brings joy into her life and her son's life, and gets to a good place. And yeah, Danae needs to not be on a television show right now. He needs to be working on himself.
I concur.
So yeah, those are my predictions. Do we have any predictions in the chat?
We don't, but if you're listening to the podcast right now or you're watching us on YouTube later, make sure to leave in the podcast or leave comments, and we'll be sure to check it out and chat with you guys via comments and, yeah, share those predictions with us.
Thank you guys so much for joining us here tonight. You can join us in about 2 minutes on the Teen Mom 2 after show that me and Drew will be doing right after this. But until then, Drew, where can they find you?
In the 2 minutes that I'm not here, you can follow me on all the things at OKDrewJ.
And you guys can find me at BRI_Phipps, PHIPPS on Twitter and Instagram. Let me know what you guys think of everything going on, and we will catch you here next week. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Keven Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
See you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.